My name's Dr. Adrian Wiegmans and I have a research training fellowship from the NBCF. So the research I'm doing is that it was actually from an observation that there was one particular gene that was overexpressed, and when we say overexpressed, it was at high levels in the very aggressive metastatic forms of breast cancer. And when I looked into that further, what we found out was that that particular gene helps DNA repair. So what's actually happening is that the metastatic cells are repairing DNA that shouldn't be repaired, therefore they're getting a survival advantage and they're acquiring more mutations. So what we're able to do is actually target that particular gene, either turn it off or downregulate it with a drug, and those cells no longer have that survival advantage and they die. What the project has actually unlocked is that we can design new small molecule drugs to this particular gene. And with that, we're able to hopefully expand that into a clinical scenario. We've had good success with animal models at the moment, and we're showing that we can reduce and stop metastatic breast cancer. The impact is huge for women that acquire metastatic breast cancer. For the particular subtype that we're looking at, triple negative breast cancer, when it comes back as a secondary cancer, within 5 years the prognosis for survival is less than 6 months. What we can try and achieve with that is extend that timeline. So if our drug is successful in the clinic, we're looking at the possibility of extending that well beyond that 6 months. So not only is the quality of life better, but the outlook for these women is much, much better. The biggest challenge we have is funding. I have a fellowship from NBCF, and that's allowed us to follow this idea from just an observation right through to making drugs that target this particular gene. And without that funding, we wouldn't have been able to have these discoveries. Now, we need continued funding if we're going to take that from where we're at now into the clinic and into preclinical trials. So there are huge limitations with the amount of support that we get financially. As we find, I find myself in my lab just on the cusp of sort of entering the clinic, we definitely need more funding to carry that forward. We're at an exciting time, we're in an exciting place, and definitely more funding would help us sort of follow that project all the way to fruition to the clinic. I'd like to thank everyone who's supported NBCF, anyone who's ever donated to NBCF. It's allowed me to follow all my ideas, to have freedom, to follow sometimes radical ideas as well, but they've all worked, and we find ourselves in the unique position that we're just before the clinic and we're able to make a difference.